This is episode 21, Healthy Distractions That Are More Productive Than Binging Netflix. Welcome to Alive by Design. My name is Blake Mallon, and we're here to bring you inspiring people, principles, and practices to help you wake up, move toward your meant to, and feel fully alive. Open your mind and let's dive in. Hey guys, before you listen to the podcast, I just want to drop in and say I appreciate you for being here, and I'm super excited about this new Walk With Me series. These are solo episodes where I take some time in the middle of my morning run through the Santa Monica Mountains to share some inspired ideas and thoughts on my mind and heart. If you want to join me for any of these conversations live, you can catch me many mornings on my Facebook page, facebook.com/blakemallon.page. Would love to see you there. Love you guys. Enjoy the episode. Walk with me for a few minutes. So I gotta ask, have you cracked yet? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, have you cracked yet? Like, hit your boiling point, your threshold limit, got mad, screamed, broke down, cried, snapped, just cracked. It's okay if you have. I think most of us have at this point. I want to talk about how we need to right now intentionally design some distractions to give us a release during this time, and maybe a few ideas of some healthy distractions we can be using during this time. Now, I know that word distraction, at least for me, like, I'm used to using that in a context of a negative, like you don't want to be distracted. Normally, we're trying to eliminate distractions, increase our focus in a world where we have so many things that can interrupt us all the time. But I think we're in an interesting time right now where we got to shift the script, so to speak, and realize that there's a need and a value for the right ones. No matter what your role is right now during these crazy times. What I mean by that is some of you guys maybe, you're head down, you're focused, you're trying to keep the business going or the career going or the job going or the income going for you, your family, your household, which I know for many people is becoming increasingly tough. So that role is extremely necessary, especially for those of us that have, kids and dependents. So if that's you, I know a lot of you guys have your head down and you're focused right now. You're building, you're growing, you're grinding, you're hustling, which is exactly what you need to be doing. It is a time of obstacle, but it's also a time of enormous opportunity. Supply and demand. When the need is big, right? That means the demand is big. And those that are able to rise to meet that in the best way, highest value, highest level of service, well, those are the brands, companies, products, people that are the icons of tomorrow, are the ones that are stepping up right now. So if that's you, I applaud you. Keep doing what you're doing, but you still need a break. I'm a fan of hard work. I'll put my hours of focused, hustle and grind against the best of them out there. But even if you're able to go long periods of time, you still need an escape. The brain needs a break. The body needs a break. The soul needs a break. We need some sort of distraction. And it's not just about those of us that are hustling in business. Like, I'm watching, obviously, my wife and my family. We have young ones in the household right now. My son Grayson, 4.5. My daughter Sadie, almost 2. I know a lot of you are facing all of the new opportunities of kids home all day at all levels. And that might be not just little ones, grade school, high school. All the college students are home right now. So there's all the different levels of parenting going on, new roles, especially all of the parents now that have stepped up into brand new careers as teachers, and watching all of the amazing adaptation and innovation, right? But also comes with, new challenges. And that needs a break, right? And, sometimes my wife and I just have a conversation, just the octave level in our household from the nonstop high pitch screams, just coming from playtime, right? Can wear on you. So no matter what you're doing right now, whether you're championing the house, you're championing the business, wherever your time's going, I think we all could agree. We have to learn to give ourselves the distraction. Otherwise, you will wear out. You will burn out. You will get yourself kind of redlining, kind of the equivalent of the car when you throttle it too much. It redlines. Well, if you're running like that mentally, you're going to be constantly snapping, losing it, breaking down. I was watching clips of some updates yesterday when I was going to bed, and they were talking about like just the crazy rise of anxiety, stress, depression, mental health concerns. What I heard last night, I haven't verified this, but it was on the news. They said 48% of some of our young adults right now are experiencing, increased levels of kind of stress on mental health, which is crazy. But during this time, I think we could actually believe some of that. So I think all of us can relate. How many of you guys right now are willing to admit you hit a cracking point? Be honest, right? Give me some comment below. Who's lost it? Who's snapped, overreacted, broke down, started crying, just zoned out staring at a wall? Let me know below so we know we're not in this by ourselves. We're in this together. So let's talk about some distractions and how we design them. So if we don't design them, we're not going to take them. We're going to be redlining. We're going to crack more. If we don't design them, we're going to constantly try to default into what we used to do. And that's the problem for where we're at right now, is a lot of the things that used to be our automatic distractions are deprived right now, right? So some of you guys, maybe you didn't even know you had habits of going to the gym and that was your distraction, right? Or going for, a meetup with, some friends for a social hour or a group activity and that was your distraction. Or, going to the beach or going to your favorite public place and that was a distraction. You see, we had already built into our lives some way that we got a release, we got an escape, we got a distraction. And I'm willing to bet we all had that. And for many of us, maybe we didn't realize, like, oh, shoot. Not only did those kind of get paused for right now, but if we didn't replace them, we don't have the outlet, right? So that's what I mean by intention, where it's not going to happen by default in the situation that we're in, quarantine, self-isolated, things closed, can't get together. So we got to put some intention behind this and we got to design the distractions. And if we're going to design distractions, let's design distractions that serve us. Let's design distractions that are healthy for us. Because again, if we don't, we might slip into distractions that are not healthy for us. There might be bad distractions out there. Heaven forbid we slip into, some things that could cause us challenge later on, some things that could lead to addiction later on, some things that deprive our health later on. And it's happening. Like, you don't want one of your distractions right now to be, overeating junk food. You don't want one of your distractions right now, to be any sort of substance or, drinking more than you used to or should, or heaven forbid using any other distraction or escape that could increase during this time if we don't design healthy outlets. And I'm not here to knock on Netflix. I have friends that are very high up on the executive level over there. I love the company and brand, and I think they're going to be doing some innovative things. I actually gave some suggestions to the top of Netflix that, I don't know, I think if they apply would be cool. But sitting around and binge watching some of the content out there it's not healthy. I'm all for a show now and then, a release, but we got to be careful of our screen time, in my opinion. Okay, so you guys tell me, what are we doing to distract? Give me some healthy distractions out there. Awesome. What are some healthy distractions that you're finding serve you during this time? Let me rattle off a couple ideas, some of which I've been doing personally, finding value in, some of which some of my friends and people I look up to have started to adopt. So I'll just rattle off a few and you guys can chime in with any others and grab a few as you own. And the goal is to design our distractions that best serve us. Start with exercise. The opposite of an unhealthy distraction of eating too much or curling up in the house and just being a sloth is get out and move. Now, exercise can be any level. You can be pushing yourself. There's a lot you could do in the house. So set up a little area in your house where you can be moving. And say sun's coming out in most places right now, so get outside. You can move a little bit. And exercise can be going for a walk. Right? Exercise can be, moving around the neighborhood. Exercise can be doing some, jumping jacks, some push-ups. But exercise, guys, is a healthy distraction. You should be taking time to do that. Give me a check right below. Check with the word exercise if you have adopted that already and you're making a commitment to move as one of your distractions. Check exercise in the comments. Let's do another one. How about creating something, making something, building something, right? So anything of the sort, creating, making, building, something that kind of gives you a new release. And that could be any level. That could be if you have kids, you're building a Lego set or building some toys or putting something together. It could be, taking on new arts and craft, doing something artistic, doing something creative, building something in the house that need to be put together. Anything that kind of activates, that creative side is a great, great distraction, a great release. So building, making, creating. Give me a check, right? And check building if you've been building anything or making anything or creating anything below. How about organizing? There's an easy one. It's a good distraction. What in your house needs to be organized? And normally I'm kind of opposite of the things that distract from kind of focus. But guys, if you're working 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, like some of us in some of these days, like you need a break. Organize your office, organize your bookshelf, organize your bedroom, organize an area in your house, organize. You're going to feel better. I think now that's more important than ever because we're in our house more than ever right now. So why not enjoy your environment, not be surrounded by, clutter, piles, disorganization. For a lot of people, guys, that puts an unneeded stress on you. You may not realize it, but when you're in an environment that's clean, that's organized, not only does it remove some of the stress and obstacle, you actually take pride in the house you're in, the environment you're in, because of the effort you put to put it in the place you want. All right, so organize it. What about organizing your photos? How many of you guys have like 4 million photos on your phone or in your, your iCloud or, your Android photos or whatever? How about you organize your photos? Go through all your photos, put them into albums, tag them correctly. Photos are capturing moments of our life, and so much of us is data now, right? Living on these massive, and I know some of you guys are guilty like me when we snap a photo, we snap it 82 times and you got like 80 versions of the same photo in there. If you don't organize the ones you want, your favorites, the ones you like, it's just a never-ending mess. You're never going to be able to value and appreciate why we took those. So, organize your photos, put them in albums. Maybe print out some books, right? There's great services out there that can print out books easily from your phone, and you got some hardcover, books of your favorite photos. Great time. Capture moments. Like that stuff you'll never regret having. You'll always value organizing some photos. If we want to get, creative, how about journaling? I think journaling is a great distraction. Maybe you pick up journaling. Journaling can be physically writing. Remember how we used to physically write with like something in our hand? Back to physically writing, pen and paper. Let the thoughts flow. There's no right or wrong way. You can't mess it up. Don't worry about how. Just do it. If you're digital, maybe you open up a notes or an Evernote in your phone and you start doing journal notes in your phone. If you're more verbal, maybe you start doing video. For all intents and purposes, these conversations, you guys walking with me is kind of my version of a journal, a video journal. I'm sharing thoughts on my mind, on my heart, wanting to add value. And the cool thing about it is, guys, we're in a time where we can document the time that we're in that'll live forever. So document it. Like, it's a crazy time. Like, we are never, hopefully, going to be in a time like this again. Like, you may be sitting back with your kids or grandkids or great-grandkids sometime in the future saying, hey, remember the time the whole world went into a forced pause? Like, the world was in a pandemic together? What was that like? Well, let me share some of the things I wrote down or spoke or thought about, and capture it, guys. Time capsule it. Journal it. It's a great, great, great escape, right, or distraction. If you need some calming energy, some peaceful energy, some settling energy, you just want to turn off. Here's an easy one. Like, when was the last time you took a bath? Most houses out there, you guys still have a bathtub? Right? When was the last time you just took a bath? I've been watching Kara. She's got a bunch of the different kinds of salts and things you put in the bath, and it's one of the things she's enjoying right now, right? Take a little break, right? Go back to bath time. Turn off the lights, right? Turn on a candle, turn on some music, relax. I think a bath is a good designed distraction. Music in general, right? So just playing a song that kind of puts your mind at ease, right? Go ahead and create a little set, a little playlist of things that you enjoy. And that can be a great distraction. Throw that on for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Lay down, kind of talk about the music. Let's keep going here. Are these helping? Checking in, giving you guys some ideas. And obviously, give me some checks, right? If any of the things that I just said you're doing, just give me a check. Music, give me a check. Bath, give me a check. Organize photos, give me a check. Organize house, give me a check. Start journaling. I'd love to see what you guys are doing or will doing just in the comments below. Those are some things we could be doing. A couple others just to kind of think about, I'll throw out there. How about, virtual happy hours? Just scheduling a couple times a week, little virtual sessions on Zoom or group FaceTime. FaceTime has the ability now where you can kind of FaceTime multiple people. Really cool feature if you haven't checked it out. Zoom obviously does the same thing. I know there's other services that do the same thing. But a virtual happy hour, even if you don't drink, right? Virtual happy hour, right? Make your juices, make your mocktails, but it's about social connection. It's a good disconnect. You can do that with friends, family, etc. Here's an easy one that you can kind of put on the calendar every day. How about sunsets? Just pause for 10 minutes when the sun's setting, go outside wherever you're at, and just enjoy a sunset every single day. That's a great forced distraction every day. So guys, there's a bunch of ideas, about 10 different ideas I just threw out. By all means, that list is not exhaustive. You tell me, give me a check if you're going to plug into sunsets, or a check if you're taking advantage of kind of virtual connection with friends and family. So there's some healthier distractions. In my opinion, a little better than sitting around the house overeating, or sitting around the house binge watching reality TV, or, I won't take a jab at Tiger King. I know some of you guys are really into that. I couldn't get past the first couple episodes. I just felt worse about myself. That's me. Oh, man. But the point is, we got to disconnect, guys, and we got to design our distractions. The things we used to do naturally maybe are not accessible to us. And if we don't intentionally design the way we're going to disconnect and recharge, we're going to be redlining, and we're going to be snapping, breaking down, and operating at a higher stress than we need to be. So you got to pick a couple things that work for you. I just gave you 10 options. Pick any of those, or anything that I didn't say. If there's anything that comes to your mind, please share. And here's to maybe lowering that red line a little bit, being a little more at peace, having a little more buffer, because we're taking the time to take care of ourselves and designing healthy distractions that'll serve us and those around us. Hey guys, if you got value from this, the greatest gift always, go ahead and press share. Always appreciate the shares to get this out to as many people as possible. Other than that, thank you guys for your time. Enjoy your day until the next time we get to walk together. And hey, here's to designing some healthy distractions in the weeks ahead. Have a great day, everybody.
Hey guys, one last thing. I'm super excited that this new podcast, Alive by Design, just went live, and I want to celebrate by giving away $500 cash to 5 lucky winners over the first 5 weeks. You see, I designed the show to bring you inspired thoughts and fascinating conversations with the world's most impactful people, to provide transformative principles and practices to help you wake up, move toward your meant to, and feel fully alive. And I'd love for you to help me spread the word now. So to enter the giveaway, follow 3 simple steps. Step 1, simply subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on this platform right now. Step 2, find this giveaway video post on my Instagram @BlakeMallon or my Facebook or LinkedIn profile and share it to your Instagram story or your Facebook and LinkedIn profile. When all done, simply comment "alive" and tag 3 friends on that same post. Weekly winners will be chosen randomly and announced publicly on my Instagram and Facebook story each of the first 5 Saturdays after launch. Would really appreciate your support, so if I've ever given you value, please do me this personal favor and go subscribe now. And if you found today's episode helpful in any way, make sure you share this with at least one friend today. You have the power right now to change someone's day. So send them a text message with a link to alivebydesign.com, or simply copy and paste the link right from this podcast platform. Who's one person you know right now that you want to see succeed, that you want to see grow, that you want to see feel more alive? Shoot them a text with your largest takeaway from today and be a light in their day. And if you were referred here by a friend, make sure you shoot them a text back and say thank you. I'd love to hear from you directly on what you got from today's podcast. So if you're up for it, drop by my Instagram @BlakeMallon and shoot me a DM. And as always, thank you for showing up. I'm grateful for you. And I hope our time together today in some small way helped you feel a little more alive. Until next time.